I decided to drive up to Montreal, Quebec for a weekend getaway this winter with my fiance. It was kind of a late birthday trip since the province is in lockdown. We decided to do something local and safe. Montreal is a ski resort about 2 hours from downtown Montreal, and there are lots of winter activities that we wanted to explore. We also were excited to stay at a luxury igloo dome at the Bel Air resorts. I'm obsessed with unique builds and tiny or shipping container homes, so I knew I'd enjoy the experience. It's really expensive, it's about $500 a night. And so our first night we stayed at Hotel Axe, which was a really nice stay and much closer to Montreal and all the activities, and then we went up to the igloo. As you can see, Mont Tremblant is a really cute and quaint town. There's lots of activities, but we started off by going to the info desk, and of course, because it's COVID, there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of regulations around the activities, especially, um, well, actually both for both indoor and outdoor. So we wanted to make sure that we knew exactly what the regulations were and what was actually available. So once we did that, we then took the ski lift, which is free, up to the main activity center and where the skiing is. There are actually two lifts, but we only took one because the second one is actually if you wanted to ski, which we didn't have too much time. This was our first day, so it was more like a half day's worth of activities we could afford to do because our check-in for the next hotel was coming up, and because it was such an expensive stay, we really wanted to enjoy as much time as possible at Bel Air resorts. But it was definitely fun checking out the town of Mont Tremblant, and even though we couldn't do any of the activities because honestly, yeah, the timings just didn't work. Some of the ones we were interested in included a sleigh horse ride, which I thought would be really cute, especially because this was close to Christmas. You could also go dog sledding. There was a helicopter ride. You could do a 10 or 30-minute ride, and it was just like $100 to $300, I think. What else was interesting to us? I'll actually just link below all the activities that you can do up there, but they're definitely, for me at least, once in a lifetime experiences. Probably not something I would do every year, but I definitely want to go back at some point this winter to do some of the activities. Probably not stay over again because it is such a short drive that you could easily drive up, do an experience, and then come back to Montreal. After exploring our options, we decided to just do some arts and crafts. So we went into the shop, which was nice and warm and a good place to just spend an hour or two while we waited to check in at the next hotel.
You just pick whatever you want. All white items are ready to be painted. Um, you sit for an hour, 2 hours, just time to do your project.
Okay.
And next, we will keep it overnight. And we will fire it. And tomorrow, we make it ready by 10:30 in the morning.
I found this activity really relaxing and almost meditative, and I enjoyed the process as well as the final product, which I have in my house and actually use, which is great.
arrive there in the next hour, do you think the unit will be ready?
This was definitely the part of the trip that I was most excited for. And I had done a lot of research leading up about Mont Tremblant, and I could find all the information that I needed. When it came to Bel Air Resorts, it honestly was a bit harder to find information around it. The domes and the different builds that they have on the property are listed on Airbnb. You also have it, listed on a few different websites, which also kind of made it confusing to know like which is the official site to book at. So for a second I thought it might be a scam just because some of the pictures I'd seen them used on other websites, but I'll link the exact website that I used to book, and everything was legit. I called to make sure and all that. But I will say it was definitely hard to find information about this place, and that's what made me second guess it. And that's why I'm making this video, because it is actually a really great stay. And unfortunately, a lot of the reviews that they have on Airbnb are quite well, it's a mix. It's a mix between like 5 star, I had an amazing time, and this is trash and it's like not worth it's basically not worth the money. And so I only saw those bad reviews after I had booked, and it's non-refundable. So I was kind of scared, but honestly, from the first moment we called, they were super helpful and they let us check in early. The check-in process was also really great because it was like a self-check-in process, so there wasn't a lot of human interaction, which I guess during COVID is great. um they were responsive to all our complaints. I guess the main complaint was around heat. So you see this small heater that they have. It's pretty, but it wasn't really getting the job done, and I guess it was our fault. We had to figure out the right setting to get the air moving around the room. But once it did, it warmed up and it was really lovely, toasty, and so comfortable. I will say I wish they had turned on the heat before we arrived, especially since they knew we were on our way. Um, because, yeah, it just took a very long time for the dome to get warm. So that's like the main complaint. Aside from that, I will say it is quite the 5 star experience. The whole place is clean. Okay, so this is one thing I didn't like, the fact they had dollar store soap, which is just like, if you're gonna charge that much and it's supposed to be a luxury experience, I think that the details matter. And honestly, even if they put that dollar store soap in a nicer container, like, I would have been none the wiser. But it's just like, details for me are really important, especially since I am in the tourism industry. So yeah, that's my main complaint. Just like, the little details could have been a little better, and they could have like thought about our stay coming up a bit better and like heated the room. But other than that, the facilities are great. Again, super clean. It's a fully fitted kitchen. You could definitely like bring groceries, which we did. We brought a few groceries, but you could definitely like stay the weekend, make your meals. There is a chef on the premises, which is really nice. So we just called her and we were like, okay, what's the menu? And she was like, no, I can make whatever you want, which was nice. So we just made our custom orders. It was delivered to the room, hassle free. So it was a very comfortable and relaxing stay. And in that way, just being unique and different, and feeling like, I had traveled, which was the goal. I wanted to stay local, but also have that experience of like, I'm, I'm away, I'm outside, um, which, being stuck in the house all day for the last year, I have not had that feeling. So it was really great. Yeah, I recommend it. I would say the experience would be better enjoyed in the summer. So if we had to do it all again, we would probably go there in the summer and not in the winter, just because it was really cold up until the heat really kicked in. And then we could enjoy the outdoor facilities a lot better in the summer. After dinner, it was a really relaxing evening, just, drinking wine, looking up at the stars, and watching movies. Another thing to note about Bel Air resorts is that their check in and check out time are really different from the standard. So check in is at 5 p.m. We were lucky to get an early check in, so we got in before 4, which was nice. The checkout was 10 a.m. and we didn't bother asking for a late checkout, but I think 10 a.m. is kind of early for checkout, and so we couldn't really sleep in. We had to wake up. Yeah, we had to wake up not too early, but like at 8 we woke up, made breakfast. They actually had breakfast delivered to the room as well. A bit of a small breakfast, but yeah, we had breakfast and then we went out and enjoyed the sauna and the jacuzzi, and so that was really nice. But again, we would have preferred it in the summer, even though the sauna was really nice in the winter, and I do like a nice, winter dip. I will say that, but as much as it was fun, it wasn't that comfortable. The sauna didn't get as hot as I like, and so it was nice, and I'm glad we did it. But yeah, we couldn't spend that much time doing either activity because of the early checkout.
Yours is better.
Is that for the camera?
Mine is better.
She liked mine. She gave me a compliment.